Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, max out your savings. The more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on any smart bed with base. Limited time. Check it out at a Sleep Number store near you or at sleepnumber.com today.
Welcome into Off the Bench, presented by All-Star Toyota.
Ooh, you're scary.
We're bringing you the spookiest sports talk in town. With Jacob Hester and
Terrifying and terrible.
live from the haunted
Raising Cane's
studio, here's Jacob Hester and
Got him. Welcome in, OTB, here on this Wednesday morning. Jake, Flynn, Alondra, Tay, and don't look now.
It's back, baby.
But Matt and Tay-Tay's core is warm. Now, their arms, I can't speak for those. I don't know how those are going right now. Don't know how they feel. But let me tell you, their core, solid.
Feeling good. It's all about core temperature control. You know this, Jake, and you know what time it is. You know what time of the season is. It's vest season. It is vest season.
Did you and Taylor text each other this morning?
Didn't
or
have
did
to.
it just happen organically?
Didn't have to. Man,
I saw him walk in. I was like, okay,
here
we go.
That's right. We're waking up with 88 to 89% of Baton Rouge men this morning.
Yeah.
All wearing vests. Let's go. It's a good day. It's a good day to be an American. What are you laughing at?
I mean, I agree.
Vest season's serious.
Vest season's the best season. That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
I just know you were so excited. You were so excited.
I was because, you know, I'm a pocket guy. Love pockets. I don't have to put, guess what? I don't have to put my phone that's heavy. I don't have to put it in my pant pocket anymore.
Okay.
Put it in my vest pocket.
Where's your fanny pack that you used to wear?
I keep it in my backpack. I throw it on and off. So I got this new phone cover. It's not new anymore. It was new about 6 months ago. It keeps my ID and my credit card right there.
So if somebody steals your phone, they can steal your identity.
I'm done after that. But guess what? They can't steal my phone because it's in my vest pocket. Good luck.
Is that from an Instagram ad that got you to get that phone case?
No, it's because
I
don't like putting things like in my pant pockets. I don't like, wallets, don't like keys in there. That's why I started wearing a fanny pack. I started wearing a fanny pack after vest season because I got rid of my pockets.
Yeah.
My convenient pockets that I had
right
on my person. And so I got a fanny pack and got me through. But now, and a lot of it was just because I wanted to carry my wallet around, not in my pocket. But now I got this new iPhone cover.
All right.
Anyway, enough about me. How are you doing?
Strong to quite strong.
Okay, good.
I like your portfolio.
Hey, it's Wednesday today.
That it is, Derek.
Guess what? Those were some really aggressive, really enthusiastic, really positive vibe yos that we all gave today.
Yeah.
Guess what? We flipped the corner. We turned it.
Wow, we did for sure. And look, my sad yos on Monday were for the play on the field.
Yeah. Not the coaching vacancy.
No, I mean, play on the field was poor.
To quite poor. Like your portfolio.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And, then we started talking about tape. We started watching tape together. It made me more angry, more mad. But, yeah, we're, an opportunity. And yesterday, Frank Wilson, the interim head coach, for the first time met with the media. We'll play some of that a little bit later on. Got me feeling good. Got me feeling rejuvenated.
Frank is the man. Love Frank. And love that he cares. Oh, I love that it means a lot to him. I love that Louisiana and LSU means a lot to him. So as a former player, not that it matters at all, but that means a lot to me. And I think that means a lot to the fans. That's a perfect person to try to steady the ship right now, because you got a lot of turmoil. You have recruits you have to talk to. You have current players that you have to recruit. You have to hold the line, if you will, hold the rope. And he's the perfect person to do it right now. And what he said yesterday was great. It meant a lot to probably a lot of us that listened to it and heard the words that he was saying and just the way he was doing it and the attitude that he's bringing to it. It is not a self-serving attitude. It is a LSU serving attitude. And that was great to hear. It was, like I just said, like as a former player watching that, it was like, yep, this guy gets it. And he always has. That's why he has the respect of current players, former players, coaching staffs. He's very well respected, very well liked around that entire staff, around all the players. And he's the perfect fit for the guy to come in right now in this time of turmoil, in this time where you have 3 losses, but you got a lot of season left to play. It's easy for a program to kind of take a step back when something like this happens because of all the people that you could potentially lose, all the recruits you potentially lose, the talent leaving. But he's the right guy at the right time to take on this task, and it is a tall task. It's a hard task. You got a bye week. You got to go to Alabama. It's not easy. Doesn't get easy from here.
Right.
So you know what? Still the same roster that we had before the season.
True.
Still the same roster that went into Clemson, beat Florida here. Shoulda, coulda, woulda on a couple of different games.
Beat South Carolina, who just went toe-to-toe with Alabama.
Yep.
This year more than any year, it's a little unexpected. Don't really know how it's going to play out.
Yep.
And I feel much more confident that it's going to be a 4-quarter situation and not just a first-half situation.
Yep. And I think Frank just kind of gets it, right? He gets it from all aspects. He gets and tips his cap and he thanked Brian Kelly. But he also knows that different things have to happen and change. And I know he's reached out to a lot of former players.
Yeah.
Including us.
Yep.
And I can tell you we're excited and he's got our support. There's no doubt about it.
Yep. And, again, we'll play some of the sound that he had from his opening press conference. And it's a great point about it is the same roster. It is the same Jimmys and Joes that we were excited about before the year. And now it's about getting the most out of said Jimmys and Joes. And you've been in this situation before, and we talked about it, I think it was, maybe on Monday. I don't know, maybe before Brian Kelly even got fired. Like when you went to Alabama and Coach O was coaching, but he had already been told he was not going to be retained. And, Durante Jones put together a game plan that Alabama hadn't seen before. It was like kind of like, why the hell not type situation. Let's do something different. And they were playing cover 0 and like the entire game and just bring in the house. And they're like, why not? Let's just do it. Right. And like that's the kind of situation that you find yourself in whenever you have an interim head coach. It's like, look, we are going to just do it our way. We're going to do things a little bit differently. Like maybe it's a little unsound, but you know what? We're going to do it full tilt. And we're going to do some things that are a little bit different here.
Yep.
I not to preview the game, that's not for a while, but I hope that's the mentality like for that game. Certainly offensively. My God, take some chances.
What do you mean, dude?
God,
are you kidding me?
I was the most high school hairy play scheme last week against A&M that I'd ever seen before.
It was as an offensive, 2 former offensive people and fan base who likes to see good offense and just in football, that's the great defense is awesome. Great defense is beautiful. Great defense is tough and nasty and mean and gritty, and you love as a fan base to have a good defense. But let's all be honest, the offense is the fun part.
Yeah,
like if you're good on offense, like how fun was it 2 years ago? And Jaden was great, but the defense was still terrible. But it was still really fun.
Yeah.
Really fun to watch that team and be a part of it. This offense this year has not made watching LSU football fun. It has not made any game fun The defense had some sparks where it was like, yeah, we got something to hang our hat on, certainly. But and I can't blame it on the players. Sure, there's been issues on the line. You know, Garrett hadn't played up to his standard. But, I mean, goodness gracious. I don't know if they've really been given a chance up to this point. So, yeah, why not take a little bit of a risk and change some things up and do some things different? It's nothing to lose at this point, right? Yeah, I guess you do have something to lose. I'll take that back.
What?
Not a great statement.
What do you mean?
You can't go out there and look bad.
No, but
you can't get much worse.
But you're right about like having nothing to lose. Like right now, your main goal is probably out of reach. I mean, a million things would have to happen, but so I was.
How about a fake punt? We're going to get a fake punt. What do you think? We're going to get some sort of trickery.
I hope it's all up. Like, hope every bit of it is up. But I was talking with Jimbo yesterday. My first thing he asked me, he's like, "Hey, you know you can use all 53 yards, right?" Like I was like, "Yeah, I do. I don't know if everybody knew that, but yeah." And that's how wide a football field is, in case anybody was wondering.
What?
Yeah. You can use all 53.
Yeah, you can. The problem is, I would rebuke Jimbo on that and say, problem is we're using the first one and the 53rd one a little bit too much. We're using the sideline yards a little too much. Let's stick with it like the inner 20.
Yeah. And there's so many plays that we could show you on here that don't even have an option in that portion of the field that we're talking about between the hashes. And again, and y'all know this, but the hashes are so wide in college football. It's hard
to avoid.
It's hard to avoid the middle of the field.
Yeah, that was a shocking thing when we've been looking at the passing chart the last 2 weeks. So, losses against Vanderbilt, and of course his pass loss against A&M. There was one pass in each game that was completed over the middle of the field, so in between the hashes, like clearly in between the hashes, that went 5 yards in the air past the line of scrimmage. So there's a lot of checkdowns, and there's been 2 passes total, one in each game, and that is like it's very hard to do in a drop back passing offense. So that tells you that your schemes are too outwardly focused. So all of your passing games are towards the sideline. So all your first, second reads. So I'm dropping back in a 3-by-1, and my first read's my number 1 outside. My second read's is an alert to the second receiver. Then my third read is a stick route to the number 3 receiver, or the tight end. And there's nothing attacking the middle of the field. And it was just shocking how many times we would drop back and see that. And then a lot of our other downfield passes are, basically scripted, drawn-up plays, trickery, where wide receivers are blocking, or it's a screen pass or an RPO or something like that, where there's no option to attack the middle of the field. I've just never seen a drop-back offense in with capable personnel that doesn't run normal dropbacks with shallow crosses and dig routes and multiple people attacking different windows of the middle of the field. Like you go to any high school and watch a 7-on-7 tournament. They're throwing seams, they're throwing digs, they're throwing daggers, they're throwing knives, they're throwing all sorts of things over the middle. It's not just, I'm going to sit here and throw a 50-50 ball down the sideline, or I'm going to throw what turns into a 50-50 comeback to the wide side of the field. Certainly a 50-50 hitch route to the wide side of the field. How many times did we do that? I mean, we completed some last week, thank God. Easily could have been 6 the other way.
Yeah.
And you're throwing a hitch to the wide side of the field with a corner that's sitting on his heels. Anyway. Can't get upset with a vest on this morning.
Let's see. From PF Tiger 7. Did you know Woodward is not responsible for Jimbo's buyout at A&M? The new athletic director gave him a huge extension. That's what did it. It was kind of built on it a little bit, but it's funny you mentioned that. Jimbo said that to me yesterday, literally. Like, so y'all know he's my co-host on Tuesdays on SiriusXM, and he's like, "Hey, why they keep tagging my buyout with Scott?" It's like, Ross signed that one. I was like, well, yeah, I guess, he did. But I guess, it's built off of, I guess, the original contract. But he's like, yeah, no. But Ross signed that one. Ross Bjork, who's now the AD at Ohio State.
Yeah, I think that was kind of like the easy target, right?
Yeah.
Easy target saying, well, Scott did, Jim Bozy did, Brian's. So, I mean, that's the question, too. So, with this, in this kind of vacancy, that's this void that's being left, and, Frank's filling that right now. And, once that coaching search keeps going on, that's kind of the thing. Like, who's going to be making the decision? And I think that was an easy target of saying, well, Scott's made 2 bad ones with bad buyout deals, which, if you want to try to get the best, I mean, you do have to pay up in the world, unfortunately.
I do think eventually, that all of that will calm down, and you won't see 10-year contracts anymore. At least you would think so. And I know it's so hard after it's already been done for so long, but
you just have to have a collective group of teams that say they're not going to do it.
They're not going to do it.
But I mean, you look at the model of professional football, obviously the NFL. You looked at the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement. It doesn't have anything to do with the coaches' salaries and how that is all structured. I don't think, at least. So why, if at one point in college football, if a collective bargaining agreement was ever made for college football, which it probably would have to be at some point, I don't think it would include coaches' salaries. I don't think coaches would be part of that bargaining agreement.
Right.
It would be separate.
Yeah.
So something would have to. So it'd have to be a collective of universities just saying, you have to get your Georgias and your Ohio States and your Oregons and your LSUs and Texas schools and Florida schools all together and be like, we're handshake deal. We're not doing that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, Jimmy, we love you.
Mm-hmm.
You got this done.
Yep.
Tip of the cap to you. But, and I know you got all the head coaches. I know that. But I think we can all agree this is not good for the game.
Yeah.
Now, if that gets done, who knows? Because Jimmy's going to be like, why would I do that? I've got everybody. Talking about Jimmy Sexton, of course. I've got everybody. Why would I do that? So it's got to slow down. It's got to stop. These 10-year contracts are wild with these buyouts. So, all right, we'll step away. We'll take our first break of the show. We have so much to get to today. Just now telling y'all this because I forgot last night. Chris Lowe is going to join us from On 3 at 8:30, and he's kind of, obviously tied into a lot of the coaching carousel and was in Tiger Stadium Saturday against Texas A&M. And he also could feel what a lot of us felt, that there was going to be changes that were going to be made after that. So we'll catch up with CeeLo to kind of see what the latest is around the open head coaching vacancy here for LSU football. We got Devin Snow at some point today, since on Monday we were a
big show
a little
today.
busy. Dr. Etheridge is going to come in as well. So we got a ton to get to. Stay locked in with us here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to GoTommys.com, website for Tommy's windows, doors, and siding, and see what they can do for you. And also go to GoBearded.com. That is the competition, the beard and mustache competition that Tommy's putting on. And remember, all the proceeds go to CAA here in Baton Rouge. And so a very cool event that they've been doing over the last couple of years in different categories. You're going to have a mustache category. You're going to have different beard length categories. Chops.
No.
Figured out what that
Mustaches?
was. Yeah. I think we should have a soul patch category. Hadn't had that yet.
soul
We'll see if
patch
we can get
only,
that.
though.
We'll see if we can get that next year. But go to GoBearded.com and always go to GoTommys, GEAUX, Tommys.com.
That's right, Tommy's windows, sidings, doors. If you have a project, give them a call. Give them an opportunity to tell you what they can do for you. Give them a price. They have been the Angie's List Super Service Award winner since 2016, every single year. Award winner, hanging banners, the best in the business. GoTommys.com.
Always that one person that will always have your heart. You never see it coming 'cause you're blinded from the start. Know that you're that one for me. It's clear for everyone to see. Ooh, baby.
Yeah.
You gotta rock and wait in this one. Oh, come on.
See, I don't know about y'all, but I know about us. And it's the only way we know how to rock.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
Only way we know how to rock. Do you remember, girl? I was the one who gave you your first kiss. 'Cause I remember, girl, I was the one who said, put your lips like this. Even before all the fame and people screaming your name. Girl, I was there, and you were my baby. It started when we were young.
All right, welcome back in OTB. Here live from the Raising Cane studio. Tay, do we have the video ready to go? Frank Wilson, LSU's interim head coach, yesterday when he met with the media.
Respond the next time you have a game to play, which obviously is the big game in a couple of weeks.
I think they'll respond well. I'll share something we did today. I was watching quite some time ago when we got bombed at Pearl Harbor, and the sirens went off. And that sound effect, and it was an alert. It was a all call. It was a rally call for us to come together. We emulated that today for our football team. And as those sirens went off for the rally call, our team merged together at the 50-yard line. We held up all four of our fingers in both hands. We chanted fourth quarter. We chanted finish. Because we're all in. We're all in to finish what we've started. And some of that celebration, some of that noise, if you will, was simply our football team answering to the rally call, being there for one another in a tough situation when, if you will use an analogy, we've been invaded.
Frank's a little different than what was there before.
It was a little different tone to that press conference.
Yeah.
I think that used this term last segment. It's not about Frank when he talks. It's not about himself, right? Everything he does is towards a greater good. Everything he does is for that team. And you have to have, like at this moment, you have to have something like that. Exactly like what he just said. You got to get everybody together because everybody in that building, there's a lot of really, really amazing, great people in that building. And I'm not talking just about the players. I'm going to talk about let's talk about the people that work there first. There's a lot of great people in that building, and they've been there a long time. Some haven't been there longer than others, of course, who don't really know like what's next for them, right? You look at everything from, of course, coaches to coordinators to position coaches, but everybody to equipment staff, training staff, medical staff, dietitians, nutritionists, chefs, everybody in that building.
Shout out, chef.
There is an uncertainty there. When a head coach, when the big domino falls, like it's how many other dominoes are going to fall. So like most people are, and that's part of the job. I'm not saying like, feel sorry or anything like that. That's part of the job. That's what you sign up for when you're a coach and when you work with a football team. That's what you sign up for. So no one's asking that, but there's still uncertainty that comes. There's families, there's people, there's humans involved with it. And there's a lot of people in that building that don't know where their kids are going to be going to school in January, right?
Yeah.
So it's a real thing. And then with the players, of course, there's uncertainty there. They still have to go out and perform. They still have to go out and play a collision sport against a really good football team, against plenty of really good football teams.
Yep.
They still have to put tape on. They have goals. They have aspirations to go to the next level. They have goals and aspirations to maybe continue their career elsewhere. I don't know, whatever the motivation is, but in a situation like this, when things like this happen, when it's all negative, you're hearing negative from the outside. You're hearing negative from every direction. You really have to focus on the people around you, the guy to your left, the guy to your right, the support staff that surrounds that team as well. And you got two choices to make. You either feel sorry for yourself, you decide to kind of quit, give up, don't give the effort because it's easy to do. That's human nature. That would be the normal thing to do.
Yeah.
The hard thing to do is to rally together. The hard thing to do, the unnatural thing to do, it would be to come together as a team in the face of all this adversity, rally behind each other, get each other's back, hold the rope for each other, and choose to fight and fight with everything you have. And that's exactly, Frank Wilson's a perfect person right now to get that done. And I'm proud of him. I'm proud of everybody around there. And I know that they're going to fight. I think they're going to choose that option, even though that's the hard one to do. It's not human nature to take the hard route, but I think that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, and it can go one of two ways. Like, it doesn't always go up, doesn't always go down. Like, you got to find what Matt's talking about, like, inside of you and decide collectively as a team which way you're going to go. All right? Like, Penn State right now, they lose 3 games in a row. They fire their coach. They lose their next game out. But, they gave some good effort, but they lose against Iowa. UCLA, they fire their coach. They turn into a completely different squad. Like, I know they just got beat by Indiana by 50, but, I mean, look, they won some games they shouldn't have won.
Close to winning
They were
football.
They were getting dominated by New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And then they beat Penn State. They beat Maryland, right? They've got much better product out there than they had before. And, look, we can go down the list of how that's gone for some and how it's gone for others. So I fully expect it to go up. I expect there to be a different energy. I expect there to be a different execution, certainly on the offensive side of the football. But before we take a break, because when Frank was talking right there, it reminded me of a video. And it was a tough time for LSU football. In fact, the last time that we were kind of in a situation like this, and, it wasn't great. And you were in Houston, Texas, getting ready for a bowl game, and you were playing against Kansas State, who wasn't going to feel sorry for you. They shouldn't, but we all know the situation, right? You had limited numbers, to say the least, and you were trying to hold on to Garrett Nussmeier's red shirt, which makes sense, right, in a bowl game. And you had Jontre Kirkland, Drew Brees, out there playing quarterback. And I'll never forget his post-game press conference, because it embodied everything that you should be when you're a player, a coach, anybody involved in the LSU football program, because it's the mentality that is the state of Louisiana. It's the mentality that everybody that I played with, that Matt played with, whoever, like, during that time had for the LSU football program. And this was the quote that Jontre had after even losing that game against Kansas State.
Shoot, we fighting Tigers, man. We ain't about to back down from nobody. It don't matter if we don't have, if we got 11, we go and play. That's our mindset. If we got 11, we go and play.
And they barely had 11, but they went and played.
They went and played.
And they fought, and they lost. But they fought to the last play of the game. Jontre threw a touchdown pass on the last play of the game. And all it did was cut the lead to 21, something like that. But they celebrated it. They didn't quit. They kept fighting until the clock hit 000.
Yep.
Until the very last second.
I got a smile on my face right now because, if you're watching on YouTube, watching the stream, just seeing his face say that makes you smile, man.
Yep.
What a good attitude. And I think that's what the attitude that LSU is going to bring. And guess what? They got more than 11. And they got more than 11 really good ones.
Yep.
So you're lying to yourself if you think that there's no chance. They got an opportunity. There's crazier things have happened. I know it hadn't been what we wanted up to this point, but look, why not? Why not go the rest of the season undefeated? Why not beat Alabama in Alabama? Tell me a reason why we can't. I know they're good. I know we haven't been good, especially on offense. Well, it's a new offensive coach.
Yeah.
The guy calling the plays is not there. The guy calling the shots isn't there.
Yeah.
So.
Sure.
We'll see. We will see. It is up to them. But we're going to be cheering our tails off. It's before 8, so I said tail.
Well done. I think I said hell earlier. Definitely going to get in trouble by Memphis.
Jake.
Sorry about that, bud. All right, we'll take a break. More OTB when we come back live from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench.
All right, go to allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. Allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. Buying new, leasing, renting. Everything is always available. So no matter where you're at right now in your life, no matter what your needs are, they're going to be met every single time over at All-Star. Multiple options in every single category. The cool part about the rental process we tell you about all the time, it is per day rental prices. So you call Miss Lisa Sessions in that rental department, let her know what you're looking for. They'll make sure that you get it reserved. allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
Yeah, I don't know what you're thinking. I'm not going to rent a car from a dealership. It's going to be too expensive. This per day price is going to be way too much. Well, you're wrong, because per day prices for renting anything, and it's anything at the lot at All-Star Toyota, is cheaper or as good as the per day rental prices you'll find at the airport with those big boxes, big national rental companies. So if you got a little trip, you got a little weekend getaway, if you got a little business trip, you just don't want to put miles on your current car, go call them today and see about their rental options and give them a call. Go see them right there on airline, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Yo, I ain't seen you in a minute, but I got something to tell you. Listen, see the thing.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
But girl, I'll try. You need to sit down, this may take a while. See this girl, she sorta looks just like you. She even smiles just the way you do. So innocent she seemed, but I was fooled. I'm reminded when I look at you, but you remind me of a girl that I was.
Hey. All right, welcome back in, OTB. Let's go ahead and get this show started. Oh.
It's time to get glowing, courtesy of GoFlow IV Spa, where hydration, vitamins, and a summer-ready glow are always on tap. Now, for starters.
All right, go to goflowiv.com, GEAUX, flowiv.com. You see the number behind us, 225-953-8150. Give that a call. Have a conversation with them. Talk about membership packages, all the different things that they can help you out with. After Saturday, you probably had to get hydrated on Sunday.
Why?
Well.
Because it's never a bad time.
That, for sure.
That's why.
You know, it was a bad time on Saturday night.
Yep.
So, anytime is a great time. Like Flynn said, goflowiv.com.
Yeah, if you have not yet ever done like an IV treatment, IV therapy, IV hydration, whether you're trying to get your, just kind of get some fluids back in you, whether you're trying to get some more vitamins in you. Like we kind of joke around about the weather changing, but it's serious. Like it's time where you start getting a little sniffly nose, little low grade fever. You start getting sick to that change of weather. This is a perfect time to go get a membership set up or go get an account set up. You can be in and out 30, 45 minutes. Brand new account, brand new IV. Get some vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin B12, vitamin D, all that good stuff. Stay healthy, stay hydrated. Go Flow IV.
All right, so a lot of the talk over the next couple of weeks is going to be about who the next head coach is for the LSU Tigers. Now, what's that timeline look like? We don't know. If it's a current coach, chances are he's probably still fighting for a playoff spot. And is that coach going to be interested in having those conversations during his team's run, his current team's run? When are you going to be able to name said head coach? If it's a coach in the college football playoff, right, and you've got a transfer portal window, but
provides an issue. Provides a big issue.
Yes.
That's the problem with your people that are champion for Lane Kiffin and Dan Lanning, who I think both of them would be great options. I do, but there is the procedure of that isn't clear. Like you have to wait a long time, and I don't think Lane Kiffin's been known to leave someone at the altar.
Yeah. Right.
So you could wait all that time, then all of a sudden he decides at the last minute he's pretty comfortable, which he should be comfortable where he's at.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, I can't put myself in that man's shoes, but like, why would you leave? You got all the negotiating power right now to stay there. So it's one of those situations where it's a dangerous road to take that risk unless you got some deep assurances, which I'm sure the people that will be making that decision will know.
But even
then,
yeah,
you still don't know.
Still not an absolutes. Still not a guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's another part of it. It's another layer to what we're talking about. You go after one of these playoff coaches, which I get because that's where you want to go. The timing of it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, signing day, high school signing day, it's going to pass you up.
Yeah. I mean, so if you're wanting one of those guys, you better hope they lose 3 games here pretty soon. If you want one of them, cheer against them right now. Then you'd be like, well, he's a terrible coach. Lost 3 games.
I'm like, and Tate, I feel like you want to say something here. I'm not sure what you do. I'm not sure where you go. I'm not sure, all of that, how much of that goes into it. Like, you're just going to have to take a hit maybe in a portal window.
It depends on, if they want the coach before. Early signing day, December 3rd. So if you want a coach, you got 3 weeks to name one pretty much. If you want it before early signing period. If not.
Is that, can I ask you, like a guy that, of course, don't follow recruiting. I think recruiting, chasing and following and knowing what high school kids and 15, 16, 17-year-olds are doing with their life is like a strange thing. But I haven't done radio before during recruiting time, so I got to follow it. Is December 3rd a normal,
yeah.
For whatever reason, if you gun to my head, you made me guess, I would have said it's like just before Christmas.
No, they started doing it.
Like December 3rd, like early December?
So it's the 3rd to the 5th.
Okay.
It's Wednesday to Friday.
This is high school, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you don't sign then, you wait till the original February signing date. But honestly, Matt, 80% of your class now signs early.
Yeah. I mean,
and then the new transfer portal window, if I'm not mistaken, is 15 days after New Year's, right? January 2nd through the 16th. That's the new only time portal window. So it's a little bit later than the December one.
The
and the
December 3rd one feels really early for me, especially for teams that are having to hire a new coach.
Yeah,
I would say that
always been that
coaches aren't usually hired by that point.
I guess what
it is on the heels of right on the heels of the season being over. And usually coaches, like organizations and teams that have to hire somebody else, is not hired by December 3rd.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, does LSU love one candidate enough that's in the playoff that you are going to wait, or do they not? I mean, there's
you
good
have
coaches
to have
out
assurances,
there
man.
that aren't. I know.
And not publicly, but like privately, there's got to be conversations.
Yeah, there's some
that contract's got to be basically signed.
Look, there's some positions that need to know. They got to know. There's some that I don't think it matters as much, but there's some positions that need to know.
Yep.
Like who their coach is going to be. Now, they always tell you in recruiting, don't commit or sign with a coach, sign with the school. And that makes sense for most people. But, if you're playing a certain position, if you're a Haynes King style quarterback and the guy that comes in is an air raid guy,
yep,
that doesn't make sense for the Texas Haynes-Hall Massacre.
Yep. Love that guy. Oh, I love that. I love that big. Yeah. So if you decide to wait and you decide to go after a big fish that's going to go to the playoffs, like you have to do something for recruits. Say, and we know not everybody on that staff is going to be there, right? Not everybody in that building is going to be there. Now we hope that there's some defensive coach. We hope that there's some people that are retained because we like them and we think they're good coaches. But that's the prerogative of the new head coach. But with Frank Wilson becoming the interim right now, and what he means, and he's going to be, don't get it twisted, like he's been a great recruiter for a long time. He's been the reason a lot of men and a lot of young men have decided to wear the purple and gold. Like he's been a really big catalyst in that. And he's going to be the biggest reason why people decide to stick here with LSU,
right?
To stay here and play, and or to sign here from other colleges, sign here out of high school. He's going to be the big reason. So if you decide to wait, you better have from the top, the people, the decision makers that are going to be making this decision, you better say, well, you can kind of like Frank's the reason why we're still recruiting. We don't have a head coach yet. We don't know what the future is going to be, but Frank's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Frank's going to be here in some form or fashion. So, like, this guy that is convincing you to stay, convincing you to go, he's not going anywhere. No matter who the head coach is, we're making sure that he keeps him.
Yeah.
So, because like we were talking about in the past 2 segments, he's a perfect guy right now to get it to set the standard again, to set that Louisiana, that culture, that LSU, the 3 letters on your chest, on your helmet, and that is going to be the reason why we can hopefully hold the rope right here, stay afloat with these recruits, stay afloat with the current players, make sure there's not that mass exodus, and he's going to be the reason why.
Real quick, before we take a break, Mr. Big is pointing out that Brian Kelly got hired on November the 30th, and when Coach O got hired, it was late November as well. But I will say that difference is that was a 4-team playoff. This is a 12-team playoff. More teams are going to be in the 12-team playoff hunt than they were going to be in the 4-team playoff. In the 4-team playoff, you kind of knew, although Notre Dame still had an outside shot, it was going to take a couple things. And so that's why you see a November signing, like where some of the other candidates that you're talking to, whoever, the Lane Kiffin, Clark Lee, Dan Lanning, Jeff Bry, whoever, Brent Key, they could be in the 12-team playoff.
Yeah. So. And we would think that LSU is going to go big game hunting here, right? Like it's maybe they're picking a coach that their season,
not just by like point. Don't hear that and think name. No, by actual like what they've done recently in this new landscape.
Even if it's a smaller school,
they're
still conference championships or whatever it is. Like Coach O was here already. Notre Dame, I don't even remember what they were doing that year.
Yeah, I mean, they were on the outside looking into a 14 playoff, but again, it was going to take some things to happen in front of them. I think we're like 6 maybe that year. So that
it'd be great. I mean, if they can get it figured out to where that happens, awesome. I just think the likelihood of that happening is pretty low. I was just a little shocked to hear that December 3rd is the first signing period, that it wasn't like mid-December.
Yeah. All right, we'll take another break, wrap up hour number 1 of OTB when we come back here live from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench.
All right, go to gcopnet.com, gcopnet.com, Gulf Coast Office Products. If you work in a business, and we say it all the time, if you're working in finance, if you're working at a hospital, if you're working at a university, engineering firm, law firm, right? You know when you need documents, you need them right then and right there. All right. So, but if you come into an issue and you work with somebody else, you're calling everybody, you're trying to figure out how do we get this fixed. You're being transferred 14, 15 times on the phone, where when you work with Gulf Coast Office Products, the person you talk with that first time is the person that's going to help you the first time. That's what kind of customer service you are going to get. So go to their website today, gcopnet.com.
Yeah, this is coming from a guy here that goes to office every single day and relies on that paper trail. Gulf Coast Office Products is the best. They make things efficient. They make things streamlined. And when you call and you have to have technical service, like they have a guy that is there instantly, and they have someone that'll talk to you instantly. So if you have an office, you want it to work better, go to gcopnet.com.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the Raising Cane studio. Be sure to check out our friends over at Central Plumbing.
Ooh, yeah.
CentralPlumbing.org is the website. Not only in Central, though, the entire greater Baton Rouge area. We're talking to you. 225-925-8552, 24/7, 365 weekend, game day, holiday, does not matter. They will always be there for you. You can remodel your home, your business as well. And you can go tankless today with a tankless water heater. Never, ever, 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 ever run out of hot water again. And you can do all that on their website, centralplumbing.org. All right, we're going to go around the room. Give me one name that you do not want as the LSU head football coach. Matt Flynn.
James Franklin.
Yes. I was actually going to kind of make a joke about it and say Dennis Allen, but that's a great answer.
Dennis Allen, for sure.
You said
don't want him either.
James Franklin. Alondra.
Lane Kiffin.
All right, Tay-Tay.
Love the guy. His name gets brought up a lot. Unfortunately, Kelvin Shepard. I don't think he's ready to be a head coach in college.
He'd be awesome. He'd bring energy, though.
He would.
He'd bring the heat.
That's just a risky hire.
It's a war daddy. He cranked the diesel.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, though, like, I don't know what risky means or what risky is. How the people around you that are good.
I would say Joe Brady. And I love Joe. I think Joe's exactly where Joe needs to be, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think he enjoys that more.
Yep.
I think he's an NFL coach. And there's a difference. There's a difference. Not to say that I don't think he would do well. I don't think right now for him or for LSU that would be the best move.
And we were having an interesting discussion at the break here.
Somebody said Lou Tepper. I hadn't heard Lou Tepper's name in so long.
We were having an interesting discussion here at the break about Lane Kiffin. And about, there's some question marks there for us. If he's probably the guy I trust the least about waiting till the ninth hour to make a decision, because he's proven that he can pull this rug out from underneath you. And then I just he is a great coach. He's created a great culture there, and he's a great play caller. But he does make decisions every now and then that get you with your head tilted a little bit. Always. This past game, he went for it on his own 25 on fourth down, missed it. Wasn't a great decision. Taylor brought up that he took out a starting quarterback in the red zone near the goal line twice during the game. Didn't work out either time.
I hear y'all, but you're also forgetting one key factor. They won the game.
True, but they lost to LSU last year. They shouldn't have. They lose 1 to 2 games every year that they are not supposed to.
They haven't this year. More OTB.
Off the bench.